and we're probably live, but it's taking some time. It's not live yet, or it is, and I'm just totally embarrassing myself. And we're live. Keith, would you like to start?
This time. Welcome to Keith and the group. Okay, maybe not.
Let's start again. Ready? Three, two.
Welcome to Keith and the Girl. I'm Keith Malley.
I'm Chemda.
Chris writes, "Oh my God, if you missed the epic amount of chaos that was last night's The Game Show game show." It's on our YouTube right now, as a matter of fact. "I don't know what you're doing," Chris says. "This lineup was hilariously designed to provide the maximum amount of silliness, both intentionally and unintentionally." I was there. I don't know who won.
I don't know. I was hosting.
It had everything. Injuries drawing blood, Chris says. Silent Trailer's top 5 category. Clues that don't go with the answer unless you're playing 4D chess, like apparently Gastor was. Casey knows black music and is sorry about it. Christian Kemda relives surf reality days. Yeah, that was fun. Like it seemed like he might have been picking on some you chose to sing at surf reality, and you went, "Christian, don't think I don't forget about you and your act." And K is such a much funnier letter than C. And Christian's like, "Oh, hey, oh, easy."
Because we both at surf reality, a lot of us were witness to each other's first and fifth time, on stage, and we shouldn't bring that back live.
Keith still doesn't know how any of the games or scoring work, and there was an ending for the ages. So glad we got to be part of it. Thank you, Hemda, for creating the world's most nonsensical game show, the Game Show, and it'll have you laughing without even knowing why sometimes. So it's very fun. Thanks for being part of it, Chris. That's exciting.
So fucking awesome. It's still up on our YouTube page. I don't know how long it'll be up on there. So go to Keith and the Girl YouTube page and click all the buttons.
The games make me think of our Kickstarter. Do you want another year of Keith and the Girl? Go to our Kickstarter, keithandthegirl.com/kick. It ensures another year of Keith and the Girl, a 24-hour live comedy show with over 50 guests, the final Silent Trailer show, and only Kickstarter supporters get a ticket to the final Silent Trailer show in December. Back to Kickstarter, one of the levels is a game night. You, Hemda, and me will hang out virtually, play a couple games. Could be Silent Trailers. You'll pick poker, Jackbox type games. Back to Kickstarter at any level. Check out the video we made, keithandthegirl.com/kick. Take a look at the rewards. I think you'll dig it. All right. Today's guests. Wait,
before you get into that, just super quick, because you mentioned last night's game, which is still available on YouTube, Pizza saying shouts to caffeinated water. And for those who saw last night's game, that will be funny forever. Thank
ridiculous. You. That was I wouldn't have brought that up, Hemda, if I were you, but okay. Good. Trying to get me to say caffeinated. You bring up water. All right. Liz Miele. Hello, Liz.
Hi.
Liz, everybody loves Liz Miele. This is true. And every Wednesday we go into the chat room, keithandthegirl.com/chat, and we say hi to people. And one of the first things last time, this guy goes, "Liz has a new boyfriend." So everybody's following what you're up to. I don't even know on social media where you posted this or if he snuck into your room and saw your diary, but I guess congrats.
Yeah, I got a boyfriend.
Look at this. What's going on? And is it weird that all your stand-up is about not having a boyfriend? Or is that totally different? Who gives a shit if you're lying?
Well, it takes a while. Like, it takes a while to make jokes. You know what I mean? I write a joke. It takes a little bit for it to be polished. Then it's fun to do. And then I have another one. So I have a bunch of I'm dating kind of jokes. And now I'm dating this dude. And I have a bunch of jokes about him with his approval.
Okay. Do you run it by him? Like, hey, is this going to be offensive?
When it's about 40%. I go, hey, I wrote this thing. Because you don't want to go 0% because you don't know if it's funny. And of course, they're going to be absolutely not. You're just being a shithead. So I try to go with 40 to 50% good. Be I wrote this thing. Is this okay? And so I wrote a joke about him. And, it was 2 months into us dating. And I was like, I have let me know. If you don't like it, if you could say you don't like it 6 months later, just whatever. But he likes it. His parents have seen it. His parents quote it. I'm pretty proud of it.
Oh my God. Is he a regular or a comic?
I would say he's he's comedy adjacent, like showbiz is. He's an editor. So he edits documentaries.
Oh, that's so much better. Behind the scenes. You already do in front of the scenes. Get someone who does something else. It's nice, right? It's helpful.
it's nice because we can talk shop, but we're in different worlds. Like
Right.
I get what he does and he gets what I do. And like, I'll be like, he'll ask me what I'm doing today and I'll be like, oh, I have to just edit some clips. And he's like, it's so hot when you talk about editing. And I was like, if you knew what kind of editing I do, you know what I mean? I'm just like cutting the beginning, cutting and putting some subtitle. Like it is truly like kindergarten editing. He was just like, I'm proud of you though. And I was like, thanks so much. And then he'll be like,
Oh, I
I
like
could
this
make that.
guy.
He's like, I could make that video better. And I was just like, if you're willing to take zero money, you can make that video better.
How long has it been so far? Dating?
4 months.
4 months. Are you guys having sexual relations?
No, I'm saving it for marriage. I'm
Oh,
almost
thank
40,
God. Oh my God,
but
good.
I
Liz, I was worried about you for a
I
second. It's
know,
a
but
little much.
Jesus, we all know Jesus is watching, and I want him to
Yeah.
know.
Yeah.
Although
At 5 months, he stops watching, so go for it. But like 4 months.
he had to go to the hospital the other day, and he goes,
Jesus?
Thoughts and
"Hey,
prayers.
he's fine. He's fine." But he had to go to the hospital, and he goes, "Hey, don't get weirded out, but I'm just gonna call you my wife so you can go behind the scenes." So literally, I go with him to the hospital, and they're like, "Who are you?" And they even said it snippy, and I was like, "Oh, I'm his wife." And they're like, "Oh, okay." Neither of us are wearing rings. I look like
Right.
I'm 15. You know what I mean? It's just like one of those things where I'm like, so fun to play wife. This is fun.
That's you brought a friend to introduce to us, and I'm very excited. His stand-up's fantastic. Neil Rubenstein. Hello, Neil.
Hi.
Good to see you. Congrats on your new album.
Thank you.
It's called Have Some Dignity.
It is.
Are we pleased? I'm pleased.
Yes.
Okay, great. Good to meet you.
Neil, I just want to, we started talking about this behind the scenes, but I want to bring up, I saw your hand tattoos and I have a hand tattoo too. We're so gangster together.
We're the same.
I don't think you have space for a tattoo if your life depended on it. Hemda has the tiniest smiley face on her hand. Is it offensive when people think they're in Tattoo Nation and they just have 2 dots and a parentheses on their hand?
I mean, it's a lot less offensive than all the other things that happen. So,
in the world, right? We got bigger problems right now.
Yeah, I'd rather some dude come up to me at Walmart and be like, "I'm tattooed too," and show me like a Celtic cross.
But you know
than
what?
the myriad of other things he could have said to me at that moment.
Right.
You have a flower on your hand. I have a smiley face. I feel like there's a spirit here that's matchy. Very much.
We're the same, Hemda. We're the same.
Thank you.
Both can't get buried, right? So that's
they bury us by the fence now with the suicides.
Oh, great. Perfect.
Well, is that what the Jews do? Like I can be buried in a Jewish cemetery, but I got to be buried with other people who have made decisions that were very disturbing to their parents?
Well, I mean, not to bring the whole vibe down, but the rule changed because of the Holocaust. So
but
the tattoos are okay now. Well, no,
but that's like unconsensual tattoos. That's not different.
I mean, it's a tattoo, right? It's a marking on your body.
So I'm gonna say they made me do it.
No,
and then
you can't lie. Genocide, you know what I mean?
They were sick of people lying. Like, they didn't draw a skull and crossbones on you, did they? You know what? Just forget it. All tattoos are okay.
You go over by the suicide stuff. You go over there.
How old were you when you got your first tattoo? Because how many do you have?
I was 40. Thank you for asking.
40 years old, and you, Neil?
Same. Yeah, 40.
40 and you caught up.
Yeah, it took me six months. I got my first like 23. I waited a while.
What was the first one?
It's these like moths on my leg that have now been lasered off.
You lasered them off?
Yeah, well, I lasered them to like get them lighter, and now they're blasted over.
Is it because of it was like the moth came out and it's like, what storytelling? I already do that. They stole my shit. Let me start over.
Yeah, that was
the storytelling show ruined his body.
Yeah.
And he's like, I'm gonna go skulls.
Yeah. I think Oreos ruined my body, but yeah. The moth.
Where's the Oreo tattoo?
Oh no.
I'm gonna keep joking. So
could you stop, Hemda? Because we just started the show.
I apologize.
No more.
Yes,
this is
very aggressive. It's the tattoos. I'm sorry. Ever since then.
Being Jewish, is there a difference in neighbors that you were from New York City? Now you live in Oklahoma. Is that correct?
Yeah. Well,
And
I most recently lived in Oklahoma City. Yes.
oh, you moved since then.
Well,
Is that personal? You're saying like it's personal.
I mean, I'm
I'm over
currently.
it. I'm over it. I don't give a
Yeah.
fuck.
Yeah. All
Don't
right.
care. Don't care.
Okay.
Are
Good.
you in America?
Yeah.
Okay, that's interesting,
Yeah.
and I'll go to that sometime.
Okay.
All right. Is it related to a divorce, which I heard on your albums? I didn't read your diary.
Yeah. I mean, yeah. I mean, I got, my wife threw me out, and so I was like looking for a change, and I'd always wanted to leave Long Island because it's a
The
cesspool.
worst.
Yeah. And my buddies in Oklahoma City were like, "Yo, come here," and so I went
What
there, and it
what
was
part of
great.
Long Island?
The
I have to
shitty
know how
part,
I have to know how deep you were. Suffolk or Nassau?
no, the border,
Okay, so like you're bordering like this is too
Nassau and
far.
Suffolk.
Okay. And why did she
It's all
ask
too
you to
far.
leave? Do you like when she asked you to leave, were you like, yeah, all right, already? Or were you like, the fuck is this out of nowhere?
It was kind of like the fuck is like what? And
Really?
then yeah, and then I was like, I got it. I understood.
Did
Like
she ever
after you
tell you?
sat with it, you understood?
Huh? Yeah.
Yes, Linda. Okay. People have to, have conversations and things. I'm sorry about her.
Yeah.
Anyways, uh, is there something related to, um, did your jokes ever cause a problem in the relationship? And they were complimentary,
Yeah. No, because when we were together, the wife stuff was like, my wife is. And then when we broke up, it was like my wife was, so
right.
it was, I just had to change the tense of some stuff. And that's why it was important to me to like record it so I like can stop talking about it all the time because that feels unhealthy mentally. And I'm
Can
already
I,
unhealthy enough.
can I talk about it?
Yeah, go nuts.
So Kanda, he talks about his wife and the next wife, and it's like, but she's so hot. Like when I see a guy that doesn't deserve the woman he's with, I kind of give him a nod, like, hey, we have the same car. And there's a couple of those kinds of things. And I wonder if she ever said to you, like, for some reason, this is sad, even though it's a compliment. Did that ever happen?
Uh
Like you say, hey, some people they might come home early and find to see if their wife is cheating on them, and you call ahead and you go, I'm gonna be home in 20 minutes if you wanna wrap anything up. Like you're so lucky you got to be with somebody that you would say is out of your league. Did that become a thing or not?
No. How's
Okay.
that sad? That's awesome.
Okay. All right. Well,
I fight out of my weight class all the time. It's so great.
It sounds like it worked out.
yeah, I guess
I'm a
everything's
hero
great.
to other guys of my size.
How long were you together? First of all, we just met. Are you comfortable with
Is this a relationship talk show? Is this what are we?
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes,
honestly,
partially.
yes.
But
Yes.
they're nosy,
Yes.
as you could tell, since they brought up me even having, like, I know I've known you guys for like 15 years, but I will say, regardless, you're kind of like ants. Like, you're a little bit like gossipy ants. So it's like not about relationships, but they are like, are you sad? You want to talk about it? And then afterwards, they'll be like, you seem sad.
I think Liz was like, Neil needs therapy and he won't do telehealth. So.
This is the closest. I'm like,
Did
no,
Liz-
it's so good. They're so nice, and you'll make fans. And he's like, was I lied to? Am I being lied to?
You're in therapy now. Yes,
Did
I
she
am
warn
nosy.
you? Did she warn you in any other way, or she didn't say anything like we'd use words and stuff?
No, but she did gaslight me about something yesterday. I gotta remember what that was.
No, you said, do they have accents? And I was like,
oh, they have accents.
He hates that.
You just said what accent do you think they have? You made it sound
I pegged him immediately. I was like, "You're from Pittsburgh?" He's like, "No, the suburbs." I'm like, yeah, exactly. I pegged it immediately, and then him just like Israeli or something.
But like, I don't know. They sound like American to me.
Are you one of those? Are you so woke that you don't even hear accents?
No, because like we all sound the same. We all.
I sometimes can hear the foreigner in me. But I've been here since I was 4. But
I immediately picked it up.
And I wonder about that. And I think only people who are looking for it can hear the foreign in me. And so I think I usually blend, but I like that you picked it up. Yes, I'm Israeli. This is my second language, but it's been my first for a while. So I'm hoping I'm nailing it. How am I doing?
No, you're crushing it.
But it's just kind of weird you started our relationship asking us about our locations. That's all, Neil.
Yeah, no, it's
Interesting. Kind of nosy.
Yeah.
I gotta say, like, yeah, I've been called nosy before, but I always think that I'm asking regular questions, like, what am I supposed to ask? And I'm not saying it hostile or defensive. I just think, like, if you got a divorce, I don't want to bypass that. I don't want to go like, that's normal. Anyway, what'd you have for breakfast? I want to know, did you see it coming? In like how clear was your hindsight? What are you doing about that now? Well, do you still love her? Like, but if you don't want to talk about
she's not even attacking you. She's just giving an example.
I like how Neil's like tapping out. He's like, can we talk about breakfast? He was like,
let's talk about your tattoos. I don't know. Judaism. I could talk about anything. Neil, what would you like?
The mic check was easier, right? We're like, what are you watching on TV? What did you have for breakfast?
Yeah, can we just talk
all
about
of a sudden it's a trick?
Yeah, let's just talk about the Saved by the Bell reboot and how good that is.
That has always been the evil one, right? See, I could talk about it. Keith, please continue.
Well, I was just going to say on his album, he talks about being into trans women porn. I say, who gives a shit? I don't care. I don't even give a fuck. That's what you do. That's what you do. I watch stepdaughter porn. Now mind your fucking business. Okay, good. That's fantastic. Can we talk about the end of the special, which again was good? You broke down and cried, and I thought that was beautiful. And I'm going to start doing it. Yeah.
The trend.
I'm a sensitive guy, you know.
I was going to ask earlier, compared to New York City, and I'm seeing a lot of Jewish violence based on the war. Do you see wherever the difference between the places that you've been recently?
No, it's like whenever something happens politically in the world, you notice an uptick. So like I'll go like 2 or 3 years without seeing like a comment in my YouTubes telling me to like, just like 1939, and I'm like, come on,
not a good year.
And but then when Trump got elected, and when like the Charlottesville stuff, and then now with like the Free Palestine shit, like there's a uptick, but I assume it'll go back down, but who knows? This one.
I think it's very funny that Americans are very into the whole Free Palestine thing. 5 minutes ago, they were banning Muslims here, and Americans were like, yeah, that sounds right. Funny. When you say there's an uptick and I think it'll pass, I think so also. But then I'm reminded, what about the Holocaust? This is how it started. And I'm like, all right, I'm scrolling past. I'm scrolling past. I can't. Yeah. And also, I have been, and this is bad, and I have skipped doing it, but I've been very tempted. There are a lot of comedians in my timeline, of course, and a couple of them, one in particular, a couple of them are like all political now. All like, you're Zionist, you're pieces of shit. Like if you can't understand Free Palestine, like I'm a lesbian and I still want to meet Hamas because Palestine. I'm so proud, and I'm like,
that's my favorite. Yeah.
It's amazing. And so what I really want to say, like, this has been your funniest shit ever in the comments, but I refrain, and I've also been like, this is so smart. I want to write all these like snarky things, and I just
obviously free, like they should have freedom, like they should be autonomous.
From who? Start explaining. Not you.
Obviously they should be autonomous, but like just freeing them now with no, like they're going to be Hamas led. It's going to be Hezbollah and Hamas, and then literally all the people that are fighting for their freedom will be their first targets. Like I'll see like gay and lesbian people be like, oh, you say, I would be killed over there. Like here, it's such a breeze. Well, like you got to say that here. Like there, it's government sanctioned. You will be murdered. Like you're gonna free them. They're not gonna be like led by Bernie Sanders. You know what I mean? Like you have to have a solution. There has to be a nuanced solution. Yes, what's happening is horrible, but like the alternative at the moment is a unified Islamic extremist state. Like, good luck with that. I've seen how that goes.
I think it's beautiful that we ask you about divorce and you're like, fuck off. But Hamas.
I'd much rather talk about
Let's go.
a very nuanced subject.
My goodness, most of the comics, if not all of them, have been like, I don't know, free Hamas, free Palestine. I'm sure someone's right about something. Let's move on. No, anything but divorce. Okay,
yeah,
I got you.
No, like yeah. When people are like, "Oh, it's nuanced," yeah, it's nuanced, but hate isn't nuanced. Like,
but it's also like I posted
saw.
about a charity. No, but I posted about a charity to help children in Palestine.
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
I mean, it was insane where everybody's like, those are the children of terrorists. And I was like,
That's fine.
read it. I was like, what? Like, you know, when you read something 16 times and I was like, did I say kill the Jews? I'm going to read it 4 more times. I'm being yelled at. Like I said, kill the Jews when I was just like, hey, children are being displaced and hurt. Why don't we try to help the children in Israel, children in Palestine, like children that got like, why am I being yelled at? But like, you can't even say that. Like, it's insane.
Well, I will say, and I know why. It's because, and you're not guilty of it, but there was a moment like immediately following the events of October 7th.
Yeah.
There was a moment where it was like instant free Palestine stuff. And it was like, yo, if this was 9/11, you guys would have lost your fucking minds.
I did say like we skipped over thoughts and prayers when that bomb landed on Israel, killing over 1,000 people, and went straight to well deserved, bitch. We're like, all right, cool. Like there's not even like a thoughts and prayers moment here, like a fake version of caring. Okay.
I haven't seen it since, but that first day there was free Palestine posts with paratroopers, like silhouettes of paratroopers.
I've seen that since, yeah.
So that's like, oh, free Palestine by paragliding into a music festival and murdering Israeli children.
Yeah.
Right. So it's like, all right, guys, let's just take a second. Like, I had nothing to do with any of that stuff. Calling me a Zionist or carving a swastika on something in front of me, that's not, I didn't do that to you.
That is, by the way, speaking of accents, that is a fun way to say swastika, right? Swastika.
That's my New York coming out because I'm riled up about something.
You know what? But yeah, the irony is what's crazy. You know, I have to imagine the hate that Liz got trying to put up something nice if you wanted to give somewhere. Yeah, how about peace? Die, bitch. You know, oh, okay, all right, interesting.
But I get it too. I'm like, obviously free Palestine, but like, don't call me a Jew, like in that tone of voice. And then immediately someone's like, yeah, but, and I'm like, whoa. Still, again,
no, but.
No, but I had nothing to do with the fucking thing.
Right.
Do your thing.
If Hitler was alive today, would he be sick to his stomach because it really didn't catch on how to draw a swastika? Like it is not. You would think he could make an easier fucking symbol, but I'm seeing scratches in the subway with marker and knives, and it's like nobody seems to get this right.
Yeah, they're not practicing.
They're not practicing, which I guess is good, but you know, it's not a K and a Y together. But you look a little silly.
There was a post. Okay, one more. There was a post where somebody was like, "This is my face at brunch when I hear from the other table what we're Israelis supposed to do." And I'm like, "Did you?" And the thoughts and prayers that fucking thread got. They're like, I can't believe you have to deal with this. I'm like, she's at fucking brunch.
Right. Just paid $20 for eggs. She's fine.
Right. Somebody said a thing next door.
Yeah.
They didn't occupy her eggs.
Yeah. If she's really that bummed, she could have donated her brunch to a child living in a tent in Gaza.
But I'm not even saying like it's her post. She's just saying like this is the face that I make when I hear this. It was the actual thoughts and prayers that people thought that I can't believe you have to deal with this. What? We are free. I can change into anything I want. I can kiss whoever I want. I can smoke weed in the street passing by a policeman. This thoughts and prayers. Fuck, man.
I saw a fun spin. Time magazine printed an article saying, stop comparing Hamas to ISIS because Hamas won't, quote, I swear to God, quote, won't kill a teenager just because they listen to Western music.
And where are you getting that?
Even if it's true. Won't just kill you for listening to Western music.
You got to go for word count. One more word and you made you made the limit.
Yeah, better than ISIS, I suppose. All right.
Do you live somewhere where you can have easy gun access if you wanted, as opposed to New York City?
Well, I live in my car.
Okay, so yes, right? So that's
but you can't drive across state line, certain state lines.
I don't believe so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You would
Does that interest you?
That'd be legal and be unlegal. Unlegal? That's my statement.
I don't care about breaking laws. What I do care about is I shouldn't have a gun.
Because you would snap fast, you think?
I don't think I would have made it to this podcast this morning.
For example, because somebody bumped into you, you stepped in a puddle.
Yeah, probably because I stepped in a puddle. Yeah.
Would you like to talk about that? Can I ask you a follow-up question?
You want to talk about your sad feelings, Neil?
Yeah.
Do you? Can I?
Sure. Go ahead.
Okay. Is it every morning that you have sad feelings?
No, it's like
I didn't even follow. You're saying suicidal.
Well, we don't use that word anymore.
Suicidal happening to you.
Although I stand by the fact that he shouldn't have a gun because he has a short fuse, and I've been in a car with Neil. People would be dead,
right.
And if he got sad that day, he would also be dead. So it's a lot of dead people,
Gotcha.
Depending on the day.
But you have a gun.
No,
he can't.
Okay, you don't have a gun.
I can't have a gun.
And you sincerely live in your car, like this?
I live out of my car. Yeah, I don't have a home.
Okay, how long have you been doing that?
I left Oklahoma City in March.
So you've been living in your car since March?
Yeah. Well, I mean, out of my car. Yeah.
I don't know.
I've only stay at people's places, is what.
Yeah, I've slept in my car maybe 3 nights.
I see.
Total.
So your car is your storage. I'm gonna keep asking you questions.
My storage is in my buddy Mark's shed. In Syosset.
Shout out to Mark in Long Island.
Thanks, Mark.
Thanks, Mark.
You ever play the game Mastermind?
I don't know what that is.
I'm gonna figure out all the colors. I promise. Okay. So,
do you like living out of your car?
That was from March, and now it's November.
No.
Don't like it? I don't know. Maybe it's a choice. I know comics doing that.
I would love a home. Yeah. I just can't afford it right now. It's just the system is not set up for ascension, which I guess is correct, because if it was, everyone would ascend, and then there'd be no room left to ascend.
Would you do a hostel? I lived in a hostel for a year. Would you do something like that?
He's traveling so much that I kind of do get his choices. You know what I mean?
Right.
But also, I don't say the system isn't set up for ascension. The system isn't set up to properly, just like the rest of America isn't set up for people to properly make a living wage. So if you think about, you know what I mean? Because you're straddling the line between a headliner and a feature, which I did up until about 5 years ago. And they less and less give hotels. They pay the same amount, if not less sometimes, than they did even 10 years ago. And
everything's 3 times as much since 3 years ago.
Everything's 3 times as much since like 6 months ago. Like even things that were like basic, that eggs never rose, and now eggs are 3 times as much as it was. And then gas, It just at this point, the ability to not only be a feature, but to go from a feature to a headliner is they make it borderline impossible. And it was borderline impossible when I was doing it 5,
What do
10
you
years
spend your days doing?
Me?
driving.
Yeah.
Yeah, mostly driving. Unless I'm like
Mm.
in a place, the same place, then like I'll edit videos like the way Liz edits, not the way Evan has it edits. And maybe write, or maybe, you know, a lot of libraries. I like libraries during the day.
Okay.
Because they're quiet. You don't feel pressure to like spend money. Pretty much feel safe.
Do you date?
I try to, but it's tough. It's tough on the women. Like, you know, I can't ask for a woman to give me like an emotional attachment and then be like, I'll see you in 6 months.
Right. Would you bring up on a first date, hey, I live out of my car? Why tell them until it seems like it's something real?
No, I'm pretty forthcoming.
You should stop that.
Well, how do I know which ones I can crash with?
It's in the right away. I'm reading here, a gunman opened fire at a Walmart near Dayton, Ohio, 8:35 p.m. yesterday, shot 4 people. They were taken to the hospital. We're not sure their condition yet. Monday night's violence marks at least the second deadly shooting at that store. It's interesting when you say it's at least. Like, do they ask the managers? And the managers are like, it feels like there was a lot. They're like, all right, we'll put you down for at least 2. Okay, that's for sure. That for sure. And when you buy a gun at a Walmart, you have to wait like a week, right? Like after.
Do you? I didn't know that.
I don't know.
No, I'm saying it feels like it's in bad taste.
Mm.
Like wait a
Oh.
week
Like
or
you
two. You just had a shooting in the building. Now I want a gun. Maybe I want it more now, but maybe
It's
you should
just
keep
really
them all in lock.
uncreative. Like, find your own place, right?
Right. It's all been done before.
Don't be a copycat.
Yeah.
Be the people. Be the one people copy.
Hey, do you guys have something? I'm thinking about murdering a bunch of people in this store. What could I use for
What's
that?
good for that?
Yeah.
What's the range? Like from here to the toy
Let's say I wanted
section?
to kill that guy. What do you think
Yeah.
I should use to kill that guy?
Can you
But
unlock
is-
the ammo, but then just stay right there? That'd be great.
Our holiday's a bummer. Are you is Thanksgiving Day tough, or who gives a shit?
He's coming to Thanksgiving to my house.
Look at this. There's an answer. You know what? I'm gonna ask Liz everything from now on. But it's still
Yeah,
gonna be about
she's-
Neil.
The answer is it's going to be a bummer, but also the answer is he's coming to my house.
I don't know. I think it's I'm not. I've never been a holiday guy.
Okay.
And so like it's cool because I get to like see other people's things. You know.
Sure.
I mean, Liz
only been
gets
a couple
along with her
years.
family, so that's really
Yeah, but I
nice.
still became a comedian, so he's gonna
Right.
learn a lot about my tiny Italian family.
You guys are
And
loud, aren't you? So
we're
fucking
very
loud.
loud. My
Yeah.
sister kids are loud. I'm so excited. Like, I think my niece Scout is just gonna go up to him and be like, "Why you got so many tattoos? What's going on with your face?" Like, it's gonna
Oh,
be
they
real
better not
fun.
ask a motherfucking thing. I don't care if it's for another slice
He's
of
gonna
pie.
literally be like, "This is why I don't own a gun."
Do you get anxiety, Neil? Like, is part of you a little nervous to deal with the family? Like, you'll say something wrong?
I get anxiety, but not from that. Like that. Like that's gonna be. This is just gonna be a good time. Like I don't.
Right.
Anxiety. I have anxiety about like getting back in my car and like driving. You know,
Okay.
like I get anxiety about that stuff, but the fun stuff I don't get. You know,
Right.
What's your drug of choice?
drug.
Yeah.
Or
I
hug?
mean, if I
What's your
can,
thought of choice? Liz,
if
what's
I
his
could
drug
get
of
him.
the choice?
he's pretty straight edge. He actually, I don't like. You were.
He's
weren't
giving a
you?
look
I,
like
I
no,
was,
but does
I was for a long time. I was, yeah,
Mhm.
but I've gotten more and more.
I've gotten better.
Yeah.
What's
But
your
I also
fave?
like I adapt to the room. Like Liz doesn't do drugs, so like I'm not gonna be like, yo, let's fucking do drugs. You know?
Right. That's
but-
why I'm not asking Liz. What's
Yeah.
your drug of choice? Mine's weed
I
and
need
food.
to-
Mine's food.
Yeah, food for sure. I need to smoke weed to get to bed now. I can't. Like I
Okay.
my brain doesn't shut off ever. And if
My-
I can get a hold of some Vicodins, those are fun.
Nice.
Hmm.
I think
Okay.
mine's caring for people too much.
No, it's not. No, I don't want to ruin your first step, but let's try again. Go to a different group. You don't belong here.
Here's this is Joe Biden parting turkeys this year. The two turkeys' names are Liberty and Bell. And by the way, when they showed the turkeys that he's going to pardon, there was only one. I don't know if he knows that, but anyway, stop making
Isn't that
jokes.
seeing double?
He's seeing double. Stop making jokes. This is him trying to make some stupid joke that makes no fucking sense. Again, it's the turkey names, Liberty and Bell.
Now, just to get here, Liberty and Bell had to beat some tough odds and competition. They had to work hard to show patience and be willing to travel over 1,000 miles. You could say even this harder than getting a ticket to the Renaissance tour or Britney's tour. She's down in, it's kind of warm in Brazil right now.
No.
It doesn't
What
matter that
is
none of these things
happening?
match or is really happening. You don't know these people. So and even if once you start I'll play it again. Once you start fucking up at that point, and I'm picturing if I'm doing stand-up or I'm on a podcast, I'll go, forget it. Who gives a fuck? And move on. But don't get, what is the name? Brittany, and it's warm in Brazil.
Now, just to get here, Liberty and Bell had to beat some tough odds and competition. They had to work hard to show patience and be willing to travel over 1,000 miles.
By the way, there's turkeys everywhere. Why do you have to make poor turkeys travel 1,000 miles just to send them back? That seems cruel.
Now, just to get here, Liberty and Bell had to beat some tough odds and competition. They had to work hard to show patience and be willing to travel over 1,000 miles. You could say even this harder than getting a ticket to the Renaissance tour.
He can't say anything, right?
Tour or Britney's tour. She's down in, it's kind of warm in Brazil right now.
What did he just have a stroke? I'm sincerely asking.
Also, I do love him confusing Britney Spears and Taylor Swift. It's a fun, that's a fun.
But it's like, when's the last time, other than her like having meltdowns, that she's kind of been like touring and in the news like that? So it's just like you can tell when he stopped like being a part of culture. You know what I mean? Yeah, it's like, okay, all right. So you tried to have a conversation with like a grandkid and was able to pick up like 6% of it.
Well, speaking of strokes, you know Trump's hearing this and just stroking his dick. He's like, oh my God, there's a fucking chance.
But he doesn't make sense talking about regular things.
I mean, the people that like him don't care, where the people that like Biden do care.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, and what we're doing is going, oh my God, I'm not voting for him anymore. It's like, yes, you are. Yes, you are. Yes, you are. When the U.S. says you have a choice, that's the one. The other one is Trump. So yes, I am voting for fucking Joe Biden. Look how thrilled I am. Look at the freedom on my face. I don't know what to tell you. The other one is Trump. You want a third? Hamas. What do you want?
But it's also he said he was only going to run one term. Like he said it definitively as like one of the.
What did Trump say? Many things.
I know.
Are you implying that a politician would lie?
I know. But
we call it changing minds, Liz. It's called growing.
It's growth. No
See growth. How we do? See how we do? We got it. We got to stay right. I don't know. Just grow with it. I don't know.
Grow with it.
It's the worst. It's the worst. I'm sorry that part of me, please forgive me, the simulation. Part of me hopes he does as soon as he gets in there, and then Kamala can show us what's up. I don't know.
And maybe Kamala could die too.
I'm looking at the number 7 in line, and I'm very pleased.
I don't want it to get to number 3 because I think we just got number 3 is a little nerve-wracking.
The House, I guess, is now right.
Yeah.
It's Mike Johnson. Is that who it is?
Yeah. No way. That's a real name.
Let's go for number 2. Vote for number 2. If you need a way to get into that booth and not fucking make Trump the leader of us again, because when we go like, free Palestine, Hamas sent what did they send? Bombs and stuff to Israel. You're separating Palestine and Hamas, but Hamas is actually governing Palestine, and Hamas was elected in. So when you say Hamas that's what happens when we elect Trump. We can't just go, well, that's Trump. We elected the KKK, and that's who we have to stand behind for 4 years. Do you follow what I'm saying here?
Yeah.
That's I don't know. Find a way to get yourself into the booth to not vote for Trump, to not make that happen.
The difference is Hamas said that they were, not going to be extreme and like made all these empty promises.
Trump did Hamas say they weren't going to be extreme? What did Trump say? He was just going to kill everybody? He said he can grab him by the pussy. He said he can. But Hamas said the same thing. Hamas not only said, he said they said we are now throwing all of these gay people off the roof. Come watch. They don't only talk. They got elected in after they talked and did. Yeah. He's talking, and you're electing him for hoping that he'll do that. So be careful, because everything that's happening with Israel right now is turning people against Joe Biden. So we extra need your vote.
Yeah.
But
and that was Serious Corner. Now back to divorce.
Trump's pro-Israel. Like I
know people forget that.
I have dumb family that is pro-Trump because he's pro-Israel. And it's
Israel has erected a statue of Trump. Okay, but people forget it because how long ago was that? More than 4 months? If it's more than 4 months, it doesn't count anymore. Hashtag America.
Like a week.
There you go.
In our brain.
Okay, Trump fucking loves Israel at the moment. Maybe he'll say something different right now. Who cares? He just talks.
I saw a thing when, like, right as this whole stuff restarted. Sorry, I'm boring you, Liz.
I'm very tired.
I saw a thing that it said if Trump, like a pro-Trump thing, that was like if Trump was president, Hamas would be no mas.
That's so stupid. That somebody learned a Spanish word and needs to come out.
I was impressed though. I was like, oh, you guys got jokes over there on that side?
Like Trump's a fan of that language.
Start selling it.
Yeah. All right, let me mention this. Speaking of Thanksgiving, for those not in the know, you don't have to visit your family and have these dumb political discussions, okay? You're a grown fucking adult. You don't have to be part of this, okay? Just so you know, it's okay. You don't have to. Go to where it's safe. In fact, let me mention this. Join Genda's OMAT Club. That'll help deal with all the fucking stress during the holidays. You'll see what I'm talking about.
Not once did I ever bring up Hamas in OMAT Club. Just saying.
That'd be strange, right? Meditation time. And think about Palestine. And sign up today with the code BIRTHDAY. Genda's is coming up. And get the upcoming OMAT Club week for free. Again, you'll see everything I'm talking about. KeithAndTheGirl.com/OMAT, OMAT. Use code BIRTHDAY. Check it out for free. Now, coming up, which is interesting because I have your whole tour schedule here, Neil, so I can guess where the fuck you are, but that's, but coming up, I see, are you going to be with Liz Miele in Baltimore, Maryland? Is this true or false?
He's nodding.
This is correct. This is true. Sorry, I forgot that this is audio also.
And live and everything. And hi.
Like a cocoon.
Well, Baltimore, Maryland, the 24th and 25th, and you can see everything that's going on Neil's website, right?
Yeah, I'm trying to do the trifecta. So I opened for Carmen, and then I'm opening for Liz this weekend, and then next week I'm with Adrian for one night.
Okay. All right. Hitting all the friends.
That whole squad.
Whole friendship group.
The whole friendship group.
The Father, Son, and the Holy Spirit. Very nice.
I need to figure out how to open for Evan.
Yeah, I mean, I think you just have to, like, I don't know, do something with a keyboard. Just be like a little...
Anything else the audience should know, Neil?
Special.
Come see me on the road. Oh yeah, watch the special. But yeah, comment, like and comment on the special, but nothing like anti-Semitic. Just like a nice, like this was good.
You know what? I
don't care whether or not you're Jewish.
It doesn't even bother me.
He's being ridiculous. His special is brilliant. It's really good. You should go watch it. It's on YouTube. Neil something Jewish is his last name. And then say nice things about it.
She doesn't want to get too personal, Neil. Liz's stand-up on YouTube. Every single one easily has 1 million views, right? You're killing it. What should the audience know?
Definitely watch my last special. You could say something anti-Semitic. Joking. Don't, please don't.
Every clip counts.
But yeah, check out my special on YouTube, and then my tour date. I'm gonna be in Philly next month, like right before Christmas Eve. But mostly all my tour dates are next year, and I'm adding to them. So you can just go to lizmiele.com. And my cats are sleeping, so you guys really missed out. But I have 2 kittens
Next
named
time.
Lunchbox and Ghost that I post about most days. And if you want to just see kittens get fatter and fatter as they do, you can follow me on Instagram.
I just want to say that you can comment. Please do comment on the Keith and the Girl stuff. And if you want to comment about how I'm a Jew, that's totally fine. If you want to comment about how you're uncomfortable that I'm a Jew, that's totally fine. For every anti-Semitic thing, can you just write something nice about Hamas, just so we fully understand that you know what you're talking about?
Every time somebody writes on the YouTube, somehow the Israeli government gives him $1. It's a little deal they got worked out. So she doesn't care what you do, you know.
When's the new special going to be done?
Who are you talking to?
Elizabeth.
Elizabeth.
Government
Pearson.
name. Okay.
Oh,
Yeah.
wow.
Yeah. It's almost completely done. The audio is just being mixed and it's being color corrected, but I don't know when it'll be out. I'm hoping like late January, maybe. We'll see. But
Thank you for getting so personal, Liz.
Well,
I'm sorry I asked you that. We're still live.
Everyone should.
What's the color coding scheme you're using? Do you think?
I'm going pastels.
Okay,
I
can see that
the
blending.
Year of pink. I just, pink hat. Pink lips.
Pink sunglasses. You have pink sunglasses.
Those are lavender. Get your life together.
Ew, I gotta go. Oh my God, Neil.
I blew it.
Everybody have
shit. Thank God I don't have a gun, because I would blow my brains out.
Thank God, so embarrassing.
You know what's ironic? Neil doesn't seem to want to leave now. That's what's funny. Have a great Thanksgiving, everybody. We'll talk to you soon.
Thanks for having me.
Thank you, buddy.
Oh, let's see. A comment just came in that starts with Chemda. So I'm just going to read that blindly. Here we go. Chemda gets a tub of hummus every time she's insulted. There it is. I'm going to end it there because that's a great example of being anti-Semitic, but cute. Just kidding, Anna. I love you so much. I love you all for listening. Have a good holiday, and here's how. Remember that you're not 12. Wherever you are, you're not 12. Unless you are 12, and then you should have gotten permission to listen to this anyway, so you're already rebelling.